HHH1987.com.
Hip Hop since 1987. We live in the A right now, Mean Street Studios, and I'm with a cat that's doing this thing on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Now he's down here in the South. He's working with Busta Rhymes and Conglomerate, and goes by the name of J Doe. How you feeling today?
Man, I feel like magic. I'm all awesome.
Now you got a new record in the street with Sevyn Streeter. We'll talk about that momentarily. But as I just gave mention to, you're a native of Cali. You linked with Busta Rhymes though. Talk to me about your relationship and everything you got going on with him.
So I met Busta through, I was doing songwriting before my artistry picked up. I was just songwriting for everybody. So I was writing with Tyrese and Tank and Jamie Foxx and everybody, J Lo, Ariana, Grande. And Foxx and I, that was my boy. I've been kicking it with him for a long time. So we ended up writing some shit, and he got a call to come do a hook for Busta. He called me and my boy Lonnie Burrell to come rock with him. We wrote the hook. Busta heard the hook, and he called us back like 5-6 times. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually he asked me to hear if I got any of my own, like am I doing my own artistry? I played him the music. And he loved it, and we just locked in from there. And, we've been building since. That was like 5-6 years ago. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Then eventually last year we bumped into Salam Remy, got the deal in place. And it's been money. It's been history. The rest is history. Yeah, that's how.
Now, you just gave us a brief overview of what you do. You're no stranger in the game. Nah. You've worked with and you've wrote for some heavy hitters. Yeah, man. So has it been a difference going from being a songwriter or a ghostwriter to actually being an artist yourself and being at the forefront?
Absolutely, man. With the industry, it seems like they need to see you, whatever they know you, whatever they met you for at first is what they're going to see you as forever. So if they met you as a songwriter, when you like, oh yeah, I'm an artist, they like, that's cool, but you're a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? They like, yeah, but you don't dress like an artist. I'm like, nigga, we just writing for you. What I'm gonna come in here, first out for? Yeah, well, you don't know. You need to be So, you gotta carry yourself in a way. When you doing your artistry, you gotta walk like it, you gotta talk like it, you gotta look like it all the time for people to be able to start seeing you like that. So it's been interesting, to understand the dynamic of how the industry, so to speak, or people that are in this industry want to see stuff to be able to connect with it visually and, and sonically when it comes to listening to the music. So, because for a while when I was first starting doing my artist stuff, I played records of mine, and they were like, man, that's a smash, bro. You should get that to, I'm like, nigga, I ain't giving that to nobody. I'm keeping it, fool. What you talking about? So, yeah, that's how, it's been an interesting journey. It's still an interesting journey, you know what I'm saying?
Explain for our audience who may have never been to California or to the West Coast, the music culture in the West Coast. Right now, it almost seems like it's a paradigm shift and it's moving right back towards the West Coast. Kendrick Lamar and the whole TD8 movement, your Ty Dolla $igns, your DJ Mustards, yourself. Word. So talk to me a little bit about the music culture on the West Coast.
Man, it's funny. The West is it's been building for a couple of years, and then Kendrick and Ty Dolla and a lot of them, Nipsey had a nice wave. We still got a lot of dope artists that have not transferred into a global thing, like, a Dom Kennedy or maybe a J305, but and on our side, so they big deal, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that out here though. Like when I come out here and I'm listening to the radio and I'm hearing a lot of, I just got put on Scotty ATL yesterday, met with him, we chopped it up, heard some of his music, we just, it was dope, man. So, I just been but that's kind of stuff we don't get to hear out in LA, you know what I'm saying? So we got the same kind of vibe out there, you know what I mean? Where it's a lot of stuff out there that's dope, that's popping for us, that the rest of the world don't get to hear quite yet. So, but what's funny? The South and the West is starting to blend a little bit. Like, I don't know if y'all can peep it out here, but a lot of LA stuff is starting to have that. But, it's like, you hear that 808, that Southern bounce, and we love it and we get inspired by it. For me, it's a little different. I was inspired by it way early. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was my cousins live in Houston and Dallas. So when I was in junior high school, I was coming out here and they was putting me up on Pastor Troy and putting me up on Tum Tum and Fat Bastard and a whole lot of stuff, DJ Screw and all that back then. So I had that influence from early, but now it's like that's the wave, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of catching on to it, and we got a lot of people in LA, you know, like, you know, my boy OT, his record it got that southern bounce to it, that Coco record, but that's a Long Beach nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I love it. I love how it's blending, and it's like you never really know where it's coming from. It's just dope music.
Now, I can tell you're a historian of the music game just by your new single that's out in the street. Took a sample from an En Vogue classic, and you shifted it around to your theme song featuring Sevyn Streeter. Now, not only is the song dope, but the video, I checked that out recently. Got a nice theme to it, the Fresh Prince house party type feel. So talk to me a little bit about the record, working with Sevyn Streeter, and then putting the visual together as well.
Absolutely. Well, Sevyn and I go back like 6 years, man. We used to write together before either of us had a deal. Well, she had just come out of the Rich Girl deal, and neither of us had really anything popping at the time. We just used to write together because we got a good vibe musically together. So her, myself, and Lonnie Burrell would just come together and write songs, and then she ended up with her situation. I ended up with my situation, but we still rock with each other heavy on the songwriting squad. So we write together all the time still. And, you know, so her coming on my single was like a no-brainer. Like, she got a single out right now called Should Have Been There. And I wrote that, you know what I'm saying? So me and her wrote that together for her, and then we got together on my single as well, and the Busta single coming soon, me and her on there too together. So, you know, we do a lot of stuff together musically. No, that's just how the vibe was with that, you know what I mean? So the video, man, so, you know, my music altogether though is like a different vibe. Like my shit is all just fun. It's always just like happy vibes. You know what I mean? I don't really get too far into the other side of it with, you know, everything else that we come from. All of us, you know, come from the beginnings where we saw all the crazy shit. But, you know, all my influences was, you know, the people that was on the happy shit, the Puff and Mace, the Missy and Timbaland, Busters, the, you know what I'm saying, Ludacris, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I gravitated to with my stuff. So with this video, I wanted it to just feel like I did want to recreate House Party. Well, that's why, you know, you got the Kid and Play moment. I did want to kind of touch with the Fresh Prince vibe, with the style, and
Pulp Fiction.
The Pulp Fiction moment with me and D-Ray acting out. You know, it was just a whole 90s flip thing, because when I heard the beat, the En Vogue sample, we reflipped the intro. I just wrote it with Sevyn saying all shit from today, but with the same melody as they used way back whenever they did that record. So yeah, man, it was dope, man. It was just a dope little flip on the time, you know what I mean? But keeping it retro and keeping it future at the same time.
Now, I can definitely tell once the world gets a hold of the single, it's going to be a big hit. So following that, cats are going to be looking for a project, a debut project. Now, I understand, already being an artist in the game, your catalog is extensive and you have work that you could put out. But give us a little hint, if you could, about what we might expect from your debut project and when it possibly could hit the streets.
So what I'm going to do, actually, is I think, like, you know, the way the business works right now, people are really not buying into you for a single. You know what I'm saying? You could come out with a dopest single and they will buy into that single, and that's it. They ain't gonna buy your album because that single was dope. You gotta have proved to the people that you're consistently dope. So what I'm gonna do a tape with the LA Leakers. I'm gonna do a tape out here. You know what I'm saying? Probably, I'm not sure which DJ we rocking with, but I already spoke to a couple of them. So I ain't gonna let their name out yet till we really solidify it. Then I'm gonna do an East Coast tape as well. I'm gonna do one from all spaces. I might do a Miami. I'm doing like 4-5 tapes, you know what I'm saying? Just to touch every part of the whole country, and with a DJ that's popping there. And then I'm gonna come with the album next year. I'm gonna do a tape like every other month. You know, we at the end of the year, so I might do it November or January, February, then come with the album in like June next year. You know what I'm saying? That's the move, because I just need the people to know the level of consistency that I'm bringing with this music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm probably gonna do. That's how I move it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, already having worked with so many big names in the game today, is there anyone that you haven't had the opportunity to work with that you may be looking forward to working with in the future or on your upcoming projects?
You know, the funny thing, the people that I haven't worked with are people that nobody would expect me to want to work with, like on my stuff or, you know, to collaborate with. But I would like to work with like Sia, India Ari, John Legend. You know what I'm saying? People that, Chris from Coldplay, you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like I've worked with I've worked with a lot of people, you know, already that were all dope. But those are the like few pieces that I haven't crossed paths with. You know what I mean? That'd be dope.
Are there any artists out here in Atlanta? I know you've been down here for a few days that you could possibly see yourself working with in the future.
PT Cruiser, absolutely. See, Pastor Troy came. I had a lot of influence from Troy early with my career. So Pastor, obviously Scotty ATL would be dope. Somebody I'll end up linking with. But there's so many dope Atlanta artists, man. It's crazy. It's like I think people forget that ATL is even a part of Georgia. So I almost thought of like it's its own state. But you know, I'm loving how Migos is rocking right now. I love, you know, but first and foremost, of course, Pastor. I'll get that out, get that done, and then I'll move around throughout the city and end up, you know, with the 2 Chainz and, you know, Luda and Jeezy and all of that. You know what I mean?
So we know we got your new single and video that's out on the net. Right. If you haven't already, you can check it out on Hip Hop Since 1987 immediately following this interview.
Yeah.
We got some new projects coming out. You're going to take us across the nation from the West Coast, East Coast, down south.
Up top.
We're going to be waiting for that.
Yeah.
And we know that you'll have a new project coming out sometime next year.
Yeah.
But what else can we expect from J Doe and the entire Conglomerate family?
Man, well, right now I got another single coming out called By Now for Jamie Foxx. Okay. Sevyn Streeter just got a single that she just dropped. Featuring Hit Boy that I wrote called I done wrote so many songs I can hardly remember. I know Sevyn got a song with Hit Boy coming out I wrote on there. By Now with Jamie Foxx coming out. OT just dropped Cut It from the Conglomerate. Busta got a record called Till They Come For Me featuring me and Sevyn Streeter. So that's coming. And all that.
If people want to stay in tune with your movement via social media, let them know where they can follow you on Twitter and Instagram, and also let them know where they can check out some of your links via SoundCloud and things of that nature.
Absolutely. So my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything is J Doe World, JDOE World. And all my SoundClouds and everything of that nature is all J Doe World as well. So you know what I'm saying? You can catch up on the earlier music on my YouTube or whatever, and then come pull back up on this theme song one more time. Hello, somebody.
We definitely going to be keeping y'all in tune with this cat got going on. As I mentioned, don't do yourself a disservice. Check out this brother's video. I guarantee you'll be entertained. Stay tuned to Hip Hop Since 1987 for a lot more from J Doe.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Since 1987.com.